If you are planning for React Native interviews, these 4 questions can make or break your selection. Welcome back to Techly Yours. Today we are going to see the 4 most important React Native questions which are not the common questions. So let's get started with our first question, that how do you check if your React Native app is crashing on Android or in iOS only? So there are 3 main ways. First is Crash Analytics tool, that these are best for production. So Firebase Crashlytics is the most popular one. In this, we can automatically detect and diagnose the app crash as per the platform. For this, we can use React Native Firebase Crashlytics. If we want to see the crashes, we can view those as well. Then next step is, which we can leverage, is use platform specific logs during our testing. So for Android, we can make use of ADB logcat, and for the iOS we can have Xcode console logs. So during the development we can check the platform logs as well. Then the third one is code level logging. If we can put inside the use effect, suppose we know the page, then we can directly put the log like running on and platform.os. This will give us the platform where it is being crashed. Then we have like try catch and other things. Then it is always best to test crashes on both the platform, because the behavior can differ as well. Then our next question is, what is ProGuard in Android or React Native? So the simple definition I would say is, ProGuard is a tool that shrink, optimize and obfuscate your Android code. What does ProGuard really does? So it removes unused code, it makes the APK smaller, it provides a security. So it basically makes our app smaller and harder to reverse engineer. This is one of the most important concept of the ProGuard. So where do we have to configure it? So inside the Android folder we have app, then we can define the rules there. ProGuard rules.pro. Also to enable the ProGuard, we can write this minify enable true. Then what are the common issues with ProGuard? Library break after obfuscation. If there are missing rules, then the app will also crash. So it improves performance, reduces app size and protects our code overall. What is Shimmer functionality? This is one of the most important questions in the interview, because everyone want their app to look more good, user friendly, so that if even there is loading time, user doesn't feel bored or it doesn't seems it is taking too much time. There comes the Shimmer functionality. Shimmer is a loading placeholder animation that mimics the content loading. And to make use of this, we have a library, React Native Shimmer placeholder or React Native skeleton placeholder. We can use these two libraries. What are the use cases? So skeleton loading UI and batter UX and spinner. Because spinner is old time thing, the new time thing is Shimmer functionality. Then we have a simple code for the explanation. You can show it like this, like if we have some data loading, so directly come here and we have a view, our main view, then we have put a condition like if the loading is being going on, then we can show this Shimmer placeholder, and here we can do multiple changes as per our requirement, like height, width. We can make it a different component as well, and if the loading has been done, we can show our component. So what are the customization we can do? We can change color, duration, direction as well, size and shape, opacity. It improve user experience. We can provide visual feedback during loading. Perceive performance, makes the application feed faster by providing immediate visual feedback, and aesthetic as well. So what are the key consideration? We don't have to overuse this. Performance impact on low end devices as well, but the benefit is it improves perceived performance and user experience, which is the main requirement, that is user experience. Next we have a simple example. This is basically the Shimmer effect. As you can say, this is skeleton effect, or also you can say the data has not been loaded, but it is not showing the loader. Then next we have, how do we handle multi-language support in React Native? There comes a language translation. So popular libraries are i18 Next or React i18 or React Intel. So the basic setup for i18 Next is we have to install this i18 Next, React i18 Next. So we can create the locales, that is whichever language we want to do the translation, all has to come under this locales folder. English, Spanish, Japanese, Hindi, or any other language you want. The main thing you have to explain to the interviewer and you have to understand yourself is whichever translation you want to, you will add the key and the translation. And suppose you have a key where the parameter will appear, make sure if the interviewer asked you what will be the translation of the name, so name as an English word, it will be translated, but if a user is entering its name, his or her name, that name will always remain the same, whether in Hindi, English, Japanese, only the accent will be changed, but the name will remain same. Then the next is, if i18 Next we are using, so we can also use, this is the main things, we can auto detect the language as well. The user has been selected, like in settings, the mobile device, we can check it, that is rn locales 0 lang code. And if there is no language auto detection we are able to do, then we can put the fallback language as well. Here we have put English. Then in the component we can use it like this, simple tree, username and all we can put. Then next we have is React Intel format JS, that is we can these are for advanced formatting like dates, number, pluralization, or any ICU message syntax we have to do. Then this React INTL will appear and we have to install this. Then for Expo we have Expo localization. If the interviewer asks you for Expo what is the library, so Expo localization is the library. So these are the 4 questions. For others, do follow the channel and you will find other videos as well. And for more such videos, don't forget to like, subscribe the channel and put a comment how you like the video, what you want next, so that I can prepare such videos. Happy learning.